Muncie has a lot of great construction projects going on this summer and fall and heading into next spring. We should be starting construction sometime late this fall on the South Madison Gateway project for the new entrance into South Muncie at Walnut and Madison, the Prairie Creek Handicap Swimming Facility and Bathhouse out at Prairie Creek Reservoir, and a new fueling station out there. Then as you start heading into downtown Muncie, you're going to see new sidewalks being constructed, not just in downtown Muncie, but all over the city of Muncie. We've been very aggressively working to remove trees and stumps that are right in the middle of our sidewalks that are really a problem for handicap access and people with wheelchairs, and getting those trees and those stumps out of there and rebuilding those sidewalks. We've got the City Hall renovation starting in September. We've got the loss at the Roberts, 82 new senior housing units that will be going in the old Hotel Roberts that should be open for occupancy sometime next spring. At Walnut and Weiser, we have a new veteran housing project going in that will probably be about a $7 or $8 million project. The loss at the Roberts is about a $13 to $15 million project. As we head out towards the west end of Muncie and the northwest end of Muncie, as you're driving through the village, you'll see a huge economic development initiative going on out there, the new Cardinal Village development that will have about 350 to 400 new beds out there for student housing in the University Village area, with a 340 unit parking garage. That's a tremendous opportunity for new economic development in that area.
I would like to thank not only the mayor of this community, but also the leadership of this community for providing opportunities to move the building trades and the American worker forward in this community at this time. Dennis has put some things together that have produced jobs and will continue to produce jobs for us through infrastructure rebuilding and new infrastructure. Take, for example, Dennis has went out and got some development money and also some community money, and we'll be doing a parking garage in the village, and that parking garage will employ probably a minimum of 20 or 25 of my union carpenters, and they will make good wages, good benefits, and will provide for their future through those jobs. That project alone could be as much as maybe $50 million. And when you have that kind of infrastructure development, it not only produces jobs in the construction industry, it also produces jobs in the industry all over. Because as we build buildings, that wealth then produces other things.
Something that I neglected to mention, and I should have, is the $1 million facade program on redeveloping the facades for some of our historical buildings in downtown Muncie.
So basically the history of Muncie, at least recently, you're looking at kind of I won't say dilapidated, but really an area of the downtown that has lost its momentum. And that sort of came about through the 1960s, 70s, everybody's heading out to the suburbs, and what was left was basically almost like a ghost town in the downtown. And beginning in the 1980s, there was an effort made that basically said, well, what if and could we redevelop this area? And so basically through the facade program, which started out just very small, one property at a time, of assisting property owners to redevelop their properties. That started in the late 80s, early 90s. In 2000, there was a large push by some of the city's leaders to further redevelop the downtown. This came about just from recognizing how bad it had become. I said earlier, ghost town, that's that's barely scratching the surface of it. But looking at how the downtown has changed since then, it's remarkable. To say it's dramatic, I mean, It's just absolutely incredible. And a lot of this has been part of the facade program. Back in 2000, 2002, this time period, that's when the first big push for the facade program came about, where I believe 11 properties were all done through a 30%, 70% match with the city, 70% funding for eligible costs, 30% coming from the property owner. And since that time, in just the past 10 years, the downtown has just seen a remarkable renaissance take place. You have artists, you have new restaurants opening up, you have the downtown actually being a place that people want to go and hang out. You have people walking the streets. It's absolutely incredible, and what's still staggering is that people now forget what it used to be like. And as we move forward, it's easy to say, well, work's done. No, absolutely not. There's still so much more that we can do with downtown. And with Muncie in general, there's so many ways that this program, like the facade program, can help downtown.
We're excited here in Muncie and Delaware County at the Chamber of Commerce Economic Development Alliance with all of the project activity that we have going on now, specifically in the downtown and near downtown area. The new hotel project, the Roberts Hotel renovation, the new construction going on in the village, just to name a few, are bringing millions and millions of dollars into the central city of Muncie and Delaware County. And maybe more importantly than that, they're offering job opportunities for our residents, construction jobs, permanent jobs, jobs training folks that really need a hand, a helping hand to get started out in their careers and their lives. So we're pretty excited about all of the opportunity that's going on just with those projects. And then, of course, all throughout Muncie and Delaware County, there's a resurgence of energy and activity going on. We're excited to be a part of it.
As you've listened and heard all of these, you can tell that we've got well over $100 million in new additional initiatives that are going on here that are going to be creating hundreds and hundreds of jobs the rest of this year and into next year, and we'll be bringing millions of dollars of new economic development and opportunities into our community. And that's what we're aggressively pursuing, is these types of opportunities to create quality of life and quality of place in our community.